Okay, I think it's all working right now. We'll find out in 2 seconds. Okay, so I have a new office slash studio room that I'm working on. Just the wall just behind me just got painted and some other fun stuff. So, but I do want to talk about today is all the updates that I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. And so I had a long conversation with Court who updated me with his latest filter that he's been using and also tweaked his settings. And honestly, it took me forever to figure out why I couldn't do it. Court's been on day 48 or 49 where he's been in a row successfully making money, and he makes anywhere between 300 to 1,500 bucks a day. So let's just say he averages 500 bucks a day. And so he's doing really well. What I found out though is that because I blew through five prop firm accounts, and it was slightly frustrating. Let me tell you the most, tell you the least of that. But when you have a large personal account that you trade, you can totally use this methodology because you let it just run. So you put an entry point in and you let it run, and then as soon as the filter says get out, you get out. Okay. Great in theory. I had one run where I went up $4,000 just with two contracts, and so yeah, that's a lot of ticks. And then the market swung the other direction and came back the other direction, and by the time the filter got me out, I was still up $1,000. But on the prop firm accounts, I was down $3,000. It looked like I lost $3,000, and so even though my count was up $1,000, it looked like I lost three. Frustrating. And so I was blowing through accounts that way, just trying to figure out the best way to do it. And then it just came to me, realized this is really hard or near impossible to prop from accounts. And even if I add another filter on there that automatically gets me out at 25%, it's to say who's to say where the 25% decrease from the high water mark is, especially when we wanted to run. So a lot of questions about that. You can put it in certain dollar amounts and so forth, but I just don't quite know yet. But this is what I came up with. All right, so let me show you this. And so on one side of the screen, you're going to see Quartz filter and also his settings. And the other side of the screen, you're going to see what we've been looking at and working with for the past several months. So again, on this side of the screen, left side of the screen for me, is going to be, this is Quartz filter down below and also the settings. And you see that the stars are super aggressive. On the right side is our normal screen that we've been looking at for months, and nothing's really changed here. And so that's the key part about this. But in working with that filter, I noticed something. And believe me, I've been spending hours every single day trying to get this right, and not trading essentially because I just fixated on if I could make that work with what the tools we had, and I couldn't quite do it. So, but when I combine those two, that's when I really started seeing the power. Now, you don't get very many trades. We're looking at one day, just Thursday, and I went through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm like, okay, in the past hour, this works. And so we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 12 trades. It in an hours between 5 a.m. to about 1 p.m. There's about 10, 12 trades on average. And so you get about maybe one or two trades an hour. And that could be slightly frustrating. So all the other trades still work. You still have the crazy Ivan, still have quick hits, still work. But this is highly successful. And if you just have a couple hours to trade, or even 1 hour to trade, and hopefully you catch one, this may work. And there's enough that happened at 5 o'clock in the morning. Look at my sheet right now. There's at least one to three in that first hour. I trade so between 5 and 6 a.m. So let me show you this. Okay, this is on this right now where the cursor is. This is Quartz updated settings and also his filter down below. Okay, and this is a buy. If you look at the time says 5:12. The time over here says 5:13. Uh, this is a buy for me as well. And looking at my normal charts with all of my other filters, this is a go. What I like though is that in conjunction with using this blue arrow right here, 1 minute prior, and then placing a buy order where this Blue Cross is and letting it run, you're going to make some money. And so that part, when I realized, I don't know where I was driving somewhere, and I'm like, well, what if I just put those together? And then when I put those together and I did the backlog research on it, because I know one works for sure, and I know the other one works for sure. And so I'm like, what if we use those together in a combination as a filter? It's going to decrease the number of trades in a day. Fine. But the probability of wins is that much higher. Now, I haven't traded this live yet. I've just been doing back research. And so tomorrow morning, I'm going to trade it. I don't have very much time in the morning this week, but I'll trade it for about an hour, hour and a half, hopefully, and see how many trades I get and see how many were successful with this. And so let me just run through a couple more of these trades for us, okay? So this is again 512, 513. I take this in all day long, and I'm going to focus mainly on this side. Yes, I know we're full screen. Go ahead and get out of here. Let's see. So there's 638 and 543. So I wouldn't take on this side. I wouldn't take this trade. I wouldn't take this one. This one, it's a big long bar, and I'd be primed ready to take foot. And if you didn't take it, same thing happened here. You got both these bars are coming up at the same time. I haven't quite figured out what to do when they're exactly like, but what I'm looking for is the new chart with the new filters to go first, and then I'm looking for the chart on the my other side, the normal old charts, to go one bar the very next bar. And if it doesn't happen the very next bar, I don't take it. Okay, I don't take the trade. Even though it may have worked out, I still haven't worked those extra filter lines out, but this one has worked. So let's go back and take a look. Okay. So we're gonna scroll on through here. These two, I really wanted to work these guys out to make sure that they do happen, but not quite yet. Let's see this at 621. I don't think so. I think the next trade that does pop up that makes sense is actually at 658, which is this little guy here. And I did check on my trading charts, and this would have made money as well. So look, so again, this is a combination. It pops up. But if you miss these guys, this is really what I want to see is a 704 and 705. So 704 with the new filters and new um, settings, you get an arrow. Okay. And on the very next minutes, this is the entry point I'm looking for. So I get an arrow here, this pops up, and you can tell if the blue cross is down below, which just so happens because it's sequential. This works, okay? 705. Let's find another, just hopefully slightly easier example. This is 736, and I believe this will work too. Okay, so look over here. So this is 735. You get the blue arrow, and you're tracking these blue crosses all the way down, okay? And I'm not going to get in until I see this arrow. This arrow comes in, and I'm like, okay, it's almost game on. And so we get in here at 736. You make some money. There's 737. Easy, okay? Uh, the next one we're going to look at is at actually 730. No, see, excuse me, 819. See, this is the thing. It does take some time. These things just keep on rolling. Like I wouldn't have taken this one. Let me show you this one. 806. This trade, this blue arrow came in 803. So 3 minutes earlier. Would have worked out 805, 806? Yeah, it would have. But haven't figured that part out yet. Just totally being totally transparent and open with you guys on where I am with this trade. I've seen one trade specifically, and now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, there's possibility others that I could look at the filters on this graph and make that work too. But let's start with just one, okay? Let me flip back over to the charts. And so here we go. This is at 819. I believe this one match. Okay, so look, so this is 818. This is again new graph, new filter, new settings. 818, we get a red arrow down. Okay. If you notice, you get some other action here, but I'm not taking those. Okay. I'm not even touching those. 819 comes around, and I can watch blue crosses pop up here. This is my trigger. Okay. I'm waiting for this trigger. As soon as the trigger comes in, I'm like, all right, hey, look, this is really close. This blue cross. We're taking this all day long and making money. Let's go. Now, here's the thing, 8 o'clock all the way until you think this one would work out. Actually, I came really close. Um, but it didn't. I wouldn't have taken it 8:44, 8:45. That would have made money in the old system. But what I'm looking for is now it's not until 10, 11. So nothing else lines up where it goes sequential, goes either right on top or this one comes first, followed by the very next bar you get on this side, okay? I'll just show you just a couple more and then we'll end this video. So here's 10:29. Now I'll get it back up a little bit. 10:11, 10:11, right here. Okay, let me show you this. And this is what I mean. It's 2 hours later. So 10:11 both matched up. 10:13. So this 10:13 right here is actually I like better because again you have Blue Cross, even though this did work. I took a peek at it. 10:13, and then you enter in at 10:15 right here. Good trade. Take this all day long, make some good money. There's 10:16. You know this bar dropped down. Easy trade. And then it goes 2 hours. You go to 12:11. Here it is, 12:11 right there. And then you're just kind of helping along. Something happens there. There's 12:08. And this is again the very next bar, but if I was sitting there watching it, I'm like, okay, I could take this. Uh, Last one I'm gonna look at is 12:51. Which I believe is this big drop. Now, there's always something that happens right around 12:51, 12:49, 12. So just be aware there's always something big that happens. Now, this is a big drop that does come on down. And so watch those. Watch those because you could pick up some extra money on those things. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to just trade that one. I'm going to trade a couple crazy Ivans, quick hits, if I could see that, it's just super clear. And I'm gonna wait for one of those trades and I'll load up on contracts and then see how far it goes. Probably just 30-second trade and I'll be out. So I just want to give you an update on where I am, what is going on for the past 2 weeks. It's just been nonstop on my side. Very little trading on my side, but tons of research, watching the videos. I record everything live, trying to make it all work. And now look, if you have 10,000, 5,000, quarter million in your own um, brokerage account, then Court straight up system will work. He's proven it. He's on day 48, 49 straight of wins. He's only trading two, three contracts, sometimes just one contract. And so straight wins. Hasn't had a losing day in that many days in a row. And so it'll work because it just runs and it will get you out somewhere. And then when he's out, he's out. He's done. And so if you have that, then come talk to me and then I can get you on that system. If you're using prop firm accounts, that will not work, but this other system will. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll start pumping out these videos because I'm pretty confident then that this will work. And I like this system. Trade less, but the percentage of wins is super high, which is what we try to go for. All right, guys, say your prayers. Until next time.